Disciples are on the side of witches. One day, while I was in a restaurant in Fort Smith, Arkansas,
Place has some wonderful options. Have you decided what you'd like?
this stranger who disapproved of the sexuality of the person with whom I just finished sharing a meal, approached me and asked a question. You do know what the law says about her, don't you? I said, Arkansas law. She said, no, God's law. I said, well, Jesus said that the greatest law is to love our neighbors as ourselves. She walked away, scribbled something on her receipt and handed it to the waiter, who then showed it to me. Beware, he's a demon in disguise. In 1692, there were whispered and shouted all over Salem, Massachusetts. Preachers thundered from their pulpits. Neighbors accused neighbors. Hysteria spread. And before it was over, 200 people were accused of witchcraft, 30 were convicted, and 19 were hanged, mostly women. But the Salem witch trials were never about witches. It was about a religion poisoned by fear. It was about a faith so fragile, so shallow, that it needed scapegoats to survive. It was about a church that was so desperate to justify their own purity that it demonized and destroyed the children of God. The Puritans thought they were defending God's honor, but they were really defending their own control. The kingdom Jesus preached is not built by purity or perfection. It's built by mercy and mutuality. It's built by people humble enough to pray, God, be merciful to me, a sinner, and brave enough to extend that same mercy to others. The world doesn't need more temples filled with Pharisees. It needs more churches filled with recovering witch hunters who've laid down their sticks and stones to pick up some empathy and compassion. When Jesus sat down with tax collectors, he was breaking the spell of self-righteousness. When he healed the lepers, he was undoing centuries of religious purity laws. When he talked with the Samaritan woman at the well, he was crossing every line of gender, race, and religion. When he liberated those the people believed to be possessed, he was calling out systemic oppression. And for that, they said he was possessed. They labeled him a heretic. They called him a glutton, a drunkard, and a friend of sinners, all just another way of calling him a witch. So yes, disciples are on the side of witches. We stand firmly on the side of the accused, the condemned, and the cast out. Because that's where Jesus stands, and that where love always leads us.